we're gonna make you a random video here, and we were 2 pieces short, or 1 piece short on decking, so we found this piece of maple here. We gotta cut really 1 2x6 out of that, so we'll end up with probably 3, maybe 4 out of there, I'm not sure. And we also have the 2 walnut logs that are up first. And then we're gonna saw 2 utility poles or telephone poles or whatever you wanna call them. That's perfect. Good enough. So, when you're sawing them poles, you're gonna find metal. So, our first thing we're gonna do is get the poles over here and see how bad they are as far as metal. And then we're gonna make a decision on where to cut them, so. All right, let's see how bad they are. And there's a lot of little staples in them usually. A lot of hardware. I think that's a tag right there, I'm not positive. We're gonna find out here though. That's a miracle. That's a miracle so far.
We may have cleaned these.
I'm not sure if these were old poles that we had cleaned. Yeah, telephone poles are just one of them things. Yeah, there's one good log or pole. Yeah, we need to make a couple posts up at Uncle Edmund's, so that's what we're doing. We're going to put a gate up there.
These are good
just
because we can bury them.
We just want to keep the honest people out, that's all. keep Finley Stan and their inspectors out. I'm going to have to do I think that was my steel toes in my... Yeah, because when I did this, yeah. Well, how about that? Let's cut them. Want to take them down to length now or wait till we cut them?
We take them down to length.
Okay.
Let me pick them up, I'll even them up.
Yeah. All right, we're going to buck them to length, and we got a couple good candidates. Alrighty, let's get you some sawing action going. And it's just a wet, miserable, dreary day in the low 50s. So we're going to cut some walnut. Let's wake the dogs up out of their nap. Making sure the tapers are back. And waiting on some stain for the vanity project I got going in the shop, so got me kind of shut down there. So anyhow, we're going to get rid of this walnut for once and for all. And I don't know what the length of these buggers were, but we're going to turn them into boards. I just want to get this thing sitting a little bit nicer. Let's get rid of that first. All right, doggies up, doggies out, doggies down. And I called the company up about where the heck is our metal at. Well, here it turns out they didn't order it. So now we're reset the clock back to 0. Yeah, that was just very incompetent, but Nothing I can do about it. So it's just Eddie and I sawing today. Alright, I'm going to take off a thick one here. We're cutting 4 or 5/4 rather. Yeah, in that one video, I believe it was Randy Wells. He said that 1 3/8 is not correct for 5/4, and someone had jumped in on that comment and explained it to him. You know, there are industry standards. If you have a band mill in your backyard or a little old mill that you're playing with, you don't need to worry about none of this stuff. But if you are marketing lumber, they have a standard. You got to stick by it. All right, I think we're sitting where we need to be on that, against the knees. If not, we'll trim it up later. Not bad looking walnut. Yeah, I'm just taking my time. We only got just us two, and we got 2 pieces of, or 1 piece of trailer decking to cut out of that maple. Tell you what, that is looking good. Let's see where we're at. We're getting too close to the pith, so let's turn it. Boom. Oh, I guess I could bump that front out just a smidge here. Let's start there. So we figured we'll make a little sawing video, and then we got a project up at Uncle Edmund's to put that gate up. That's what the 2 telephone poles are going to be for, the 2 posts. That way when we clean the sawdust out, we don't need to worry about that treatment they put on them poles. Well, this is some pretty lumber here. Oh, we'll go 1 more. All right, give Eddie a minute while we get this turned. Okay, Bill, I put it away. A lot of people say, I don't understand why you talk to Bill. Oh, it's just a little inside joke we got going. Oh, let's start there. Give Eddie a minute here. That's just what happens when you don't have a crew. But Eddie and I had sawed like this for many, many moons. Oh, where are we at in the pith here? Let's go one more. That's a beautiful face. All right. Should be somewhere around here. I'm trying to get it back to the starting point. There we go. That little. That's perfect. Not in a hurry. And we're right in the pith there, so let's turn it back and we're going to just saw all the way back to that. That'll finish this log up. All right. A lot of knots in this face, but we'll just saw it down. There's some figuring in there, it's beautiful. I'm not going to do nothing with that. That's just all cracked up. All right, let's go get another one. We're going to saw this one. We're going to take 5 and we're going to come back and saw that 16 footer, then the 2 utility / telephone / whatever you want to call it poles. Some people got issues with what you call something. This is a little ugly. Gotta find a starting point for this. Let's see if it'll get rid of that big ugly thing there. I just want to get a flat spot to lay it on. Then we'll go from there. Gotta watch, these logs are really, really slippery. That's when you really want to make sure your dogs are holding it. All right, let's put that down on the head blocks. This log is just almost too fat to clear the saw, but it did all right. And I could probably pump out that number 3 taper just to get us squared up here. Oh, somewhere about there. There we go, knocked it out of the way. We had talked about that on the last video. But that still was a good opening face there. Because he grabs hold of the back of that blade, I'm telling you what, it's going to become a SpaceX rocket. Might end up on the moon, I don't know, but it won't be pretty, I'll tell you that. Like something hollow coming up. All right, let's boom. Ugly face here. Perfect. Yeah, one face you're getting nice boards, and the other face you're looking at holes and rot. All right, let's cut that top off. Let's start somewhere around there. case I get worried about that thing falling apart in the middle of the saw. There you got the other end on it. You can see how it's just shattered up there. Oh, I'm going to take one more. You want to lead the saw in slowly when you got situations like that. We're almost through it there. Good. Let's work north and south. This log got to turn into boards one way or the other. Start somewhere around there. And these logs have been sitting around for a while, so we got piles of them around back that are just, they're not worth sawing. Oh, we can get one more, then work the other side. We're waiting on another load of millings. Hopefully it shows up at some point today. We've got a big mud situation around back. But about a month from now we'll be into a drought situation. All right, let's finish this up. Then he can finish his coffee. Oh, what do I want to do here? Just run that down? I guess so, because the other faces were really into rot. I don't know. We'll take it down. End up with a 2-inch dog board. All right, we're going to take 5. We'll talk to you here when we fire back up. we're back from our break, and I don't know if Eddie spied something in the blade there. I don't think we got something jammed in there, but anyhow, we're going to cut some 16-foot 2x6s. Actually, it's going to be Aspen, I believe, Quake and Aspen. We didn't have any hardwood available, so it's just to get a guy's trailer back in service. So sometimes you just got to use what you got. Take some of that. Okay. Tell you what, we're just going to parallel it into 6-inch. So let's see here. Oh, let's try that. And let's just draw a line. I just got to get a 6-inch can. We got enough stuff here. Look who showed up. Pete showed up. And this stuff saw's real fuzzy. I just want to see where I am at on the butt here. All right, I'm going to turn it back before we lose too much wood here. I might have to flatten out a little bit more. Gives me 1 inch to play with. So, oh, and he got smacked in the face by that piece of bark. I'm going to roll it back one more time here. All right, let's see what we get here. I'm gonna go 6.5. I just want to flatten out enough to get some 6-inch wide cords. That opened up more face. We're gonna do the same thing on the back side, and I think we're gonna be all right. Takes a minute more. I'm going to pull up a little bit, or back up a little bit, get this thing isn't sitting right. Now we got it. Oh, I hate playing with little logs like this. That now we're going to take that 1/2 inch off. There's our little bit more face we needed. Small log, small yield. All right, let's peel some 2x6s off. We only need one anyway, so. Oh, let's see how much Wayne's left on there after we're done. Too much. All right, let's take a 2 off. That's what we needed. All right, let's roll it back and see if we can get ourselves another couple here. Try to shove it back here a little bit more. And all I'm going to do is take it down to 4 1/4 and split it in half, and what we get was what we get. If he gets extras, that's a bonus. Good enough. That dog didn't even, that dog had been holding back on me. Been oiling it up, but it's still acting up. There's our 2 inches. And let's get our 2 telephone poles, utility poles, whatever you want to call them, poles. Make some 6x6s, which I'm going to cut them 5 1/2, so that way if we decide to put a cap on them, we can. And these are 7 foot long, 2 head blocks. There we go. So, that'd be good. We just need a 4-sided little post. A little bit more flat. That's better. That way we can get rid of this sawdust at the same time. I'm going to go back far enough that other arm will help me out. All right. And I'm just going to go down to 5 1/2. We'll get a board off of there. Let me see what full set does. Yeah, that way I could buy a metal cap for this post and it won't rot out on the top. Beautiful. There we go, there's the shoulder. And I'll turn that back and just cut it into 5.5. All right, get down to 5.5 and just be done with it. All right, our last little hole. And then we're going to make a separate video you're not going to see. On this one, we're going to cut some ignorant hickory for Pete. That'll be just a random. All right. All right, let's go down to our 5.5. Good. And you'll get to see this get installed up in Uncle Edmund's. This isn't really worth taking boards off. I just want to get it squared up into something. By the time you buy a Walnut-ized 6x6, you got a lot of money tied up. I'll not take that much. Right about there. That'll give me enough room to trim off the back. There we go. Down to our 5.5 and finish this up. Good enough. All right, we'll catch you here at the end. Okay, there's some of it there, and there's the our two posts for the new gate.
Yeah, they should
and
work good.
This is something else that you did not see yet. This is a random video. You might have seen it. I'm not sure when it was even going to go on.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
yeah. So you had we sawed the rest of the walnut.
Yes.
We sawed that Aspen
Yeah.
for the lowboy deck, and then we sawed the two pieces of utility pole. So, hey, do me a favor. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. And we'll catch you on the next one when we're, who knows, maybe sawing something or maybe putting up that new gate.
Yeah, we could do
So-
something. Go over to time with D. Eddie Horvath too.
Yeah.
You get a minute. And
All right.
watch both ends.
All right. Thanks again. We'll catch you on the next one.